Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us. Oh, we're all the way hot right here at WHBR, WHBS, 160 Victor Street. Thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton, and I'm co-founder of Hood Research. And you know, as we say from time to time, it's always feast or famine. Something is always going on. But that's the way of the world. I think some group sang that. Anyway, I want to say happy Monday to all of you. And happy Monday to Kirk and to Keith and Beverly and to Rosa and to Vera and Barbara. Barbara, get well soon. To Katrina and Jay, way on the east side, and Les way on the west side. And to many of you who are looking for Thabiti, he's on his way. So have no fear, as I say, it's always feast or famine, always something going on. And I want to say good morning to Tawana also. And just so many things going on around here in the city, in the county, the state, and also the country. And I also have a guest with me this morning, and Lori Parks. Thank you for joining me this morning, Lori.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Lori is coordinating the trip to Washington, D.C. And as you all, I'm sure, have been hearing, that there is a trip on the 28th going to Washington, D.C. to reenact the walk on Washington by Dr. Martin Luther King. And we want, Lori, for you to tell us about the trip that's coming up and why and who should be involved and what way and all of that.
Well, everyone really should be involved because it's the 53rd anniversary of the March on Washington.
Wow.
And
53 years ago.
yes.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
And Reverend Al Sharpton, who is the who is the founder of National Action Network, he wanted to do something this year because of all of the incidents that's been going on around the country with police brutality.
Right.
That's what National Action Network was founded on, was about the police brutality that was
Okay.
going on. So on the 27th, we're going to be leaving from Detroit around 1 o'clock to go to Washington. The cost is $250 per person. That includes lodging. We're going to leave from King Solomon. The address is 6100 14th Street, Detroit, Michigan, 48208. And you can contact me, Lori Parks, at 313-492-6774, or you can contact Minister Fuquay Bay, who is helping me out tremendously to coordinate this trip to Washington to reenact the March on Washington. And the I guess you call it the message is get your knee off our necks. So, and then we'll be returning on the we'll be leaving after the march on the 28th. The march should kind of finish up about 3 or 4 p.m. that day.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you his number also. It is, I got to look for it, you guys, because I
Okay.
don't know anyone's
Well,
number by 313-717-3670. And that's
Okay.
Minister Fuquay Bay. You can reach
Okay.
him at, again, 313-717-3670. And my number is 313-492-6774. And I'm Lori Parks.
Okay. Now, tell us a little about National Action Network.
Well, National Action Network is a civil rights organization which was founded, like I said, by Reverend Al Sharpton in 1991.
91, okay.
Yes. So, and their mission is to go to bring light to police brutality that's happening all across America, and other issues also like voting rights protection. We are very involved in the voting process, which we know a lot of times has been compromised with ballots not being correctly in the ballot boxes, not the tabulating machines are not coordinating with the polling books. I know about here in Michigan, and so we've lost a lot of elections because of that. Because we feel like that a lot of times these things are not being addressed. So we rally, march, and protest, even though people say that that's outdated, but that's to bring the issues out,
Right,
so that
right.
people will know
Yeah.
what's going on.
It brings attention to
yes,
it.
it brings attention to
Right.
the situation.
I heard something interesting yesterday or last evening, and it was about Black lives and the statement Black Lives Matter. And what I say is Black lives matter even more when they vote. And so what the conversation I was having, the gentleman said, the people involved with that, and others, of course, need to learn all they can about the candidates who are running for the various offices. Because when the Black Lives Matter group come out and protest, they're protesting because of something they want. Okay? So if it's something that you want, and it's basically to be provided by governments,
Yes.
then you need to concern yourself with those people who are running for office, who may be able to give you what you want and what you need and change the situations as they exist. But if you're only going to say Black Lives Matter, protest, and don't take it any farther,
Correct.
then you're leaving it up to, I don't know, just coincidence or happenstance that someone will get in office who can make things better. So I was very glad to have that dialogue, that conversation, and to have that added on to what I had started out, talking
Yes.
about. It matters when they vote. Another issue as it relates to the voting. November the 3rd is election day.
Yes.
Here in this city, the ballots, the absentee ballots, are mailed out very early, about the middle of September. And people need to be monitoring whether or not they receive their ballots. If not, they need to call the Election Commission to find out why they have not received it in September.
Correct.
Okay? The number for the Election Commission is 876-0190. It's a 313 number, 876-0190. The media always tells you have pen and paper handy when you tune into this show, because there is always going to be some information that you need to write down. If not for your benefit, it may be for the benefit of someone you know. Now, the Senate is majority Republican. The House is majority Democrat. The Senate is where bills often lay languishing on the desk of a senator by the name of Mitch McConnell.
Yes.
Some people call him Moscow Mitch. But anyway, he is the person who determines what bills they're going to review and vote on, leave to do whatever. And that a bill is in the form of a proposal. That is where you get your first step for something to become a law in this country. But while Mitch McConnell is in charge, many of the bills, there are over 400 of them that have not been presented to the rest of the senators for a decision. And there are some bills specifically that would be beneficial for the black community. One has to do with the voting rights of the black community. One has to do with the law, what's the law, Lori? The way the police officers are acting now when they shoot a black man in the back. What they say, I was scared.
Oh,
if you're
yeah,
that damn scared, get off the
What do you
police
call that
department. But anyway, there is a bill that is
Yes.
on the desk of
Stand
Mitch
your ground.
McConnell. Right.
Is that it?
And he is not presenting it to the rest of the senators. And there's a third one which escapes me right now. But anyway, those three that will be beneficial for the black community are among the 430 some bills that he has not presented to them yet. Now, I bring Mitch McConnell up because he is going to be on the ballot in the state of Kentucky,
Correct.
November the 4th, November the 3rd. There's a woman running against him by the name of Amy McGrath. It would be to our benefit for the majority of the people in Kentucky to vote for Amy McGrath to remove Mitch McConnell from the Senate, because he currently is the Senate Majority Leader. He is the person who determines what goes on the agenda for them to talk about and vote on. He needs to be removed. Thank you. Therefore, as Bob Law would say, whoever you know in Kentucky who will be voting, or maybe hadn't decided, call, please call. Don't write. The letter may not get there till Thanksgiving. but call them, email them, ask them to please vote for Amy McGrath to help us get Mitch McConnell out of office. We need to have at least 4 senators out of office who are
Yes.
Republican, so that we will find they will no longer have control of it. But call your friends, family, somebody you might have gone to college with anyway. They live in Kentucky, church members who might have moved to Kentucky, whoever. Tell them to make sure that they're registered and that they can vote and vote out Mitch McConnell and help Amy McGrath to get that seat. That'll make it much better for our people all across this country. And that's a project that's easy to handle. I mean, you don't even have to leave your house to pick up the
That's
phone
right.
and call them. You know. And the other thing now, I hear that a man was not turning around. The cops wanted him to stop. He was trying to break up a fight between 2 women. And the police decided to put their attention on him. He didn't have anything to do with it. And he was trying to go on his way, had his children in his vehicle. He did not stop. So they run over and grab him, and another cop shot him 7 times. The man did not have a weapon, but he was shot 7 times in the back. So
Is this recent?
yeah. It happened. What is it? This is Monday. It happened Friday, Saturday. It just in the past day or two. It just happened. Yes.
That's so heartbreaking. I mean,
So there was another one in oh God, was it Wisconsin, Minnesota? That just happened also.
So that's why we're marching. That's what.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. That is the
You know,
reason.
unarmed people being brutally killed by the police.
Yes. And you are bringing attention to it,
Yes.
and rightly so. Now, when you say you're leaving on what day?
The 27th.
That is.
That is a Wednesday. Thursday.
Now, wait a
What day
minute.
is the 27th? We're leaving on the 27th. Let me check.
Okay.
Thursday.
Okay, Thursday
Yes,
night.
it's the 27th. No, we're leaving at we're going to leave at 12 p.m. I should correct that.
Okay,
12
so 12 p.m.
on
that's
Thursday.
That's noon.
Noon.
Let's say 12 noon.
12 noon.
Because oftentimes the road trips are, at night. Okay, Thursday at 12 noon.
Yes.
You're going to meet up at what time?
12
at the
noon.
church. And you're leaving at noon. What time are you? Do people have to be there?
At 12 noon.
Okay.
Yes, we want them to be there at 12 noon. Hopefully we can leave by 12:30, quarter to 1.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
But-
12 noon Thursday, right?
Yes, at 6100 14th Street, Detroit, Michigan.
Which is the historical
King Solomon Baptist Church.
Okay.
Yes.
The historical King Solomon Baptist Church on Thursday, 12 noon.
Yes.
The address is 6100 14th Street. That's 6100 14th Street, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And be there 12 noon Thursday. Now it's an overnight. The
Yes.
cost is
$250, and that includes lodging.
okay, that includes lodging. Okay.
Yes.
And the march itself will be Friday the 28th.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, for anybody that has any questions, wants to know how to register, etc., they will call you. And your telephone number, please.
313-492-6774 and
Again.
313-717
3670.
3670.
Okay. Please give the numbers again.
313-492-6774 and 313-717-3670.
Okay. Now, that's for those of you who need to know more information about the trip. The original trip was 53 years ago.
53 years ago,
Oh,
August the 28th, when Martin Luther King gave the historical I Have a Dream speech.
Okay. And it is sorely needed because this seems to be getting worse.
Yes.
And I wonder if the police brutality and murders, which is what they're making out to be, are increasing.
Yes.
They are increasing. And there are those who thought that after George Floyd was murdered, that they would somehow stop or be reduced. But that's not happening.
No. I just seen on TV here yesterday or the day before where the police downtown Detroit were brutalizing some of the citizens here for marching, rallying, and protesting downtown. So, no, it has not stopped, and it will not stop until we bring more attention to it and get some bills passed
That's right.
here in the United States.
That's right. Yes, definitely. And again, I got to say, Black Lives matter, but Black Lives matter more when they vote. And it is important for the Black lives and for all to participate in the election. Find out about those candidates who are concerned about the murders that are being committed by police officers. And I got to tell you, Lori, it was maybe a couple of decades or so ago, David Duke. Have you heard that name, David Duke?
Yes.
David
KKK?
Duke, yep, wizard, grand wizard, I guess they call him, of the Ku Klux Klan. He was being interviewed. This was on television, and they were asking him about his plans and his gang and all of that. And he said out of his own mouth on television that they were going to trade in their sheets for uniforms.
That's correct.
They
We see
have
that in Detroit here with the police officers.
Yep, they have worked their way into police departments, courts as judges, right?
Senators, state representatives.
There you go.
Community leaders.
Right, right. So it is incumbent upon all of us to research what's going on within our communities and among our elected officials, within our police department. And I do agree that the protests here in the city of Detroit have been peaceful. So this one that you're speaking of that happened yesterday, someone had reported that many of those protesters were actually from outside the city of Detroit.
Correct.
So one has to think that maybe the plan is to try and make Detroit residents look bad.
Correct.
And make it appear as if we are a violent group of residents. You know.
Yes. And the police officers that they say are police officers, because the people who were getting brutalized said that they could not see their faces. They didn't see any badges. They couldn't identify who they were getting brutalized by. It just had police on the uniforms that they had on.
You got to wonder if that's that plan by the president to
Yes.
send mercenaries around, and all of that we're hearing started in where was it, Oregon, on the northwest part of the United States. Now there's a group, or I should say another gang called Blackwater.
Black Order?
Blackwater, W-A-T-E-R. Now they've since changed their name, but
Okay.
the group was started by who's the woman that's over the Department of Education?
DeVos?
Yep, her brother started that gang of folk,
Oh, okay.
and I guess since the name got to be so well known, they've decided to change the name. But it appears that they are mercenaries and working with the President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Really?
Now this is what is being reported.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very glad that National Action Network
Yes.
has organized a reenactment of the march in Washington, D.C. that was done by Dr. Martin Luther King. Because our young people,
Yes.
they're not getting the information in school.
Oh,
They're
no.
not getting the information. Well, I don't know. Many of the other churches sharing the information. You know.
Well, I really don't think they are sharing it enough. That's just my personal opinion.
No, I
think it
agree.
needs to be addressed more on why the March on Washington even took place. People might know about the date and Martin Luther King and I Have a Dream speech, and parts of the speech have, they only let certain parts of it out. They need to hear the whole speech from the beginning to the end.
Right. Yes. Oh, okay. Hello, happy Monday. Who's calling?
Happy Monday. This is Tawana.
Oh,
Hi, Lori.
Hi.
thank you for calling.
Yes, I'd like to also comment about our city of Detroit. I did see earlier where Chief Craig had addressed the situation about the arrest of 40 people, and I think 10 of them, he said, was Detroiters. But what we've done, being a retired police officer and an investigator for Fight for Your Rights, I have experienced a lot in our city, and as an advocate and activist, I like to say, and I applaud Chief Craig because they did show where a white police officer was pushing somebody. I seen it this morning. I think it was on Channel 4. And he is not trying to cover up, which the police department, the Code of Blue, they're known for covering up situations, in my opinion. And the fact that he is addressing it, there is an internal investigation, which is a hard thing to get. He's stepping forward. I appreciate that, and I appreciate our protesters for the work that they do in the name of peace and justice. I think that's beautiful. Lori, the work that you're doing is great. It's great. And remembering, it's important for us to remember about the acts of justice.
It's also important to share that history with the generations coming after us. But to say that Chief Craig reported that 40 people were arrested and only 10 of them were Detroit residents. That means 30 people were from outside the city of Detroit.
Correct.
And that's suspect in itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I see that our city is truly trying to move forward, doing the unity thing with the community. We recently had a citywide motorcycle ride.
Caravan.
That's right, the caravan. And the police did assist. It was peaceful. It was a beautiful event, a memorable event, and it was beautiful. I think that the police department, assisted. So that's showing unity in the community. I love it.
Right.
I think more law enforcement need to do this, building a relationship with the community, letting us know that you care. You do care about the citizens. You do care about the job that you do. So I think that's wonderful.
Now, on Friday was the birthday of State Representative Isaac Robinson, who was an attorney. And unfortunately, he was one of the first to die from the COVID-19 disease. But there was a I don't know, a presentation or something this past Friday. Anyway, they were lifting him up and celebrating his birthday, which was Friday.
Yes.
What? Right. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I just attended. It was Sherry, the state representative, Sherry Gay Danyogo, her and Tyrone Carter, what I guess they call it the Detroit delegation.
Okay.
And they did a balloon pop.
For the release?
They didn't do the release. They said because of the environment.
Okay.
So they did a balloon pop.
Okay.
And they had a lot of some of the other legislative people from his colleagues came down, and they did it at the Dolores Bennett Park. So,
okay.
And
Well,
sang happy
commenting
birthday.
on that, Lori, I don't have a problem with that, but the beauty of the event that was done with the motorcycle riders, it wasn't a commercialized thing, and I believe our representatives, not just Sherry, our representatives need to stand up more than they have been in the past, at this pandemic. Don't wait till then. You need to step forward when it's in action. Don't wait till election time. Stand up before election time. Let the people know you're there for them. This does not reflect only on Sherry Dagnagel. It reflects on all of our politicians.
Well, we do need to learn more about them and what they're doing while they're in office. The bills that they present or get passed,
Right.
and that they're not just there for a paycheck. I do
Correct.
understand
And there's
that.
some
That's
bills that
important.
Isaac had up there that we need to look at, like the voting. It's a voting bill that he has up there that needs to be addressed.
Presented
Yes.
to the right, yeah. Well, I hope that all of the work that he has done won't go unnoticed.
Well, so far it has because
Yeah.
Isaac was a great organizer. Plus, at least once or twice, at least once a week or twice a month, he would have he would have people come together and draw attention to some of the bills that are being presented. So he would have a, what do you call it when you get the media's attention and do a,
Press conference.
yes, a press conference, and none of that has been done since March.
Then, yeah.
Yes.
I have attended some of the press conferences that he's done. Also, yeah. Oh, okay. All right. I have another call, Tawana. You can call back if you have something else to add. Hello, thank you for calling. Feedback. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your name?
This is Michael Theo. How you
Thank
doing?
you for calling. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for calling. All the way from Connecticut.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
Wonderful.
The topic is police brutality, right?
Right. We're talking about the march that's going to take place in Washington, D.C., and it's on the 28th, and it's in memory of the work that Dr. Martin Luther King did, and he was fighting against police brutality. And God knows they went through a lot while they were doing the
Yes.
marches around as well. But that's on the 28th
Of this month.
of this month. Yes. Right.
And what,
Well,
and
we're
before
bringing
I,
it.
before I ask you a question, what was the things that you wanted us to focus on?
We were bringing attention to the murdering of black men, and how officers shoot them in the back, and then they cry, "Oh, I was afraid." How you gonna be afraid of somebody's got his back to you? But anyway,
And don't have a gun.
it's right, and the victims don't have any kind of weapons. So that's what we were talking about, and talking about the importance of the reenactment on the 28th of this month. And Lori Parks is the organizer.
Okay. I think that it falls into what your life work is in terms of the political part of protesting and fighting against brutality, because a lot of us forget that the police department, like the police chief, is put in by the mayor. A lot of people are not paying attention. If you know what the politician's position on law enforcement, what is their position that you're voting them into office?
Well, one of the things about the politicians that we were talking about earlier, this group called Black Lives Matter, and I added Black Lives Matter even more when they vote. And the person I was talking to yesterday was saying that the Black Lives Matter group needs to do research on the candidates, because they're generally asking for something. The candidates want to be elected, but the Black Lives group wants something, change in the law, etc. So when they vote, they need to research the people who are running for office and work to get people elected who will support what is asked for by the Black Lives group and others as far as that goes. Something needs to be done about these police officers who are murdering our young black men.
Yeah, I know that in Hartford, they they going to use the term defund. I know that's a loaded term in everybody, especially the
What?
people that are supposed to it, get all upset.
What is the term? Say it again.
The funding of the police.
Oh, the funding. Oh, yeah.
The funding.
They've been asking about the defunding of police, but they don't
Right.
go far enough when
Right.
they talk about that, right, Lord?
Right, they need to explain it. Now, I can't
Go ahead.
explain it, but I
You can't. Well, you say you can't explain it, but right. But they talk about
but I know
defunding the
what they
police.
mean, yes.
Yeah, but to have a community without a police department is going to have what? There's not been an explanation as to what would replace that. And if you're talking about an individual household defending itself, that does not help anybody. Doesn't help the situation at all. I think that there needs to be a change in the law. I think that the officers need to have more training about de-escalating a situation rather than, well, I'm going to fix it, I'm just going to shoot him in the back. Well, when you shoot victims in the back, that makes you look like a vigilante. It just shows up that you may be one who has come from the Ku Klux Klan gang and joined the
Yeah.
department, right? And there needs to be more emphasis on police officers who are from the community where you live. We don't
Yeah,
need
but-
an occupying force coming from 40 miles away where they want to live. They want to get paid by our tax dollars,
That's correct.
but they don't want to live among us. I got a real issue with that.
I have a very strong issue with that.
And you
You
know,
need to be of the community that you are not only getting the tax dollars from, but also you need to know the people in those communities where you live. You need to know the makeup of their religions. You need to know the makeup of their nationalities, all of that, how they live, why they live there, all of that.
I know. And what I was going to say was that they already took resources from the police department in Hartford, and I agree with you that was a huge change that they took out. It was small change, and some legislators or some cities do a good job of explaining it, but everybody's doing, the majority of people do a poor job of defining the term, because to our understanding over here is taking resources from the police department. Especially police department have a huge budget that's coming from grants, and tickets. These quotas of getting these tickets, and this is funding. These grants and tickets are funding these police departments. And what they want to do is put money into resources like a crisis intervention team. And so if somebody has a mental illness or domestic dispute with their wives or whatever, or vice versa, they have people trained into those situations, or suicides or whatever, into leaving up. The police are only trained to arrest and shoot. That's it. They have no expertise in anything. What you say that they need to know the citizens,
All
which
right.
is a good thing of them living in the town. Because you can tell the difference between the knuckleheads and the people that want to be productive, but they dress alike. If you come from another town, you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, that's true. So that's one of the things that needs to change. And there are some bills on the desk in the Senate where Mitch McConnell is in control. And I don't know if you were listening earlier, but I am requesting that anyone who knows voters who live in the state of Kentucky,
Right.
please vote for Amy McGrath and help us get Mitch McConnell out of office. And perhaps some of those bills, which is over 430 some odd bills, on the table that he has not presented to his fellow senators for a vote, and he really needs to go. And there are some bills that will help the black community as it relates to police murders and violence, and also our voting rights. But he's sitting on them. and
Right.
We need to get him out.
And the last thing, I'm going to spell the name of the Eric Cook company that he took. This is the third change. So I figured that he must be doing something wrong if he keeps changing his company. This is the third name change. It's
Are you
spelled
doing Blackwater?
Yeah, Blackwater. The name is ACA
Right, that's the latest. one.
DEMI. Academy. That's,
Yeah.
if that's pronounced correctly, and they changed it, and
Right.
it was founded in 1997, but the third change came in 2011.
Well, the Voss's brother, I see as a mercenary. So he's
Yes.
sending people around, and they're pretending to be cops, and it's another opportunity for them to murder more of our black men. So,
Yes.
yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well, thank
and on the books they're listed as a private security company, but we know how they
yeah,
in
yeah,
the field.
yeah.
they act
Mercenaries.
totally
That's
different.
what they are. Yep.
Because
And
I know that,
people need to know that they appear to be acting in concert with Donald Trump, the president of the United
Correct.
States. Yeah.
Correct.
right.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that information. I appreciate it.
All right.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
Hello. Thank you for calling Feedback, a Hood Research Positive Image Production. Your name? This is the in-house poet of Hood Research. How are you today?
All right,
Good
I just
morning.
got back from my bike and hike,
Oh, okay.
and I noticed that there are a lot of trash all over Detroit downtown. Down there, I went straight down Brush, past the stadiums, past the police department, Patron, water bottles, just a mess.
They must have
I
had some
hear that
party.
they had some kind of protest Saturday, but I don't remember them being on that side of the street. They were on Woodward.
There was a
I'm trying
party
to
on
figure
that
out
side.
why is all this trash going on downtown? The area that they took over and collect taxes and do everything else they want with downtown.
Is that the area that Laura, wasn't there some kind of
It was downtown. I
law?
don't know exactly where.
It
I
was
seen
on
it on
Woodward.
TV.
But wait a minute,
It was on.
wasn't there some kind of consideration of a law that said they would have a drinking area?
Downtown?
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, they wanted to set up some area. See, if our people walk down the street with a
Beer,
beer bottle, a cup of liquor,
Right.
that's one way to get
I'm
arrested.
telling y'all, all the
But
way
when
down
the
to
suburbanites come in, they all over
Right.
downtown. Bottles
all the
and
way,
it's just-
all the way down to Hart Plaza. I seen bottles of Patron all up and down Brush, all the way down on the Hart Plaza. I'm like, wow, Patron must be a hot item, and
well,
that's an
let
expensive
me ask
drink.
you, because I don't know, what is Patron?
It's an expensive. I believe it's an expensive vodka drink.
Is it
And,
vodka?
I don't
I've
know.
seen at least
know.
3 bottles between Brush and all the way down to the riverfront. On the riverfront, the bottle was still
Oh,
right there by Cobo Hall. I said, "Wow, this must be a famous drink, and it's expensive drink, so it ain't no cheap drink. So whoever out here drinking, they ain't po.
She said,
Ain't nobody po drinking that."
oh, goodness. Do you have a poem for us today?
Oh, well, I can go into my rabbit hole and find one.
Okay.
You know, one of my favorites was
What's
the
your
lady
favorite?
that shared the point with us on what was that on one of your conference calls. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I could.
Well, while you're looking, let me tell everybody about the conference call.
Yeah.
Every Saturday, because of the fact that the state is on lockdown, there are not any meetings like we used to have. But we have decided to start up every Saturday at 2 o'clock a meeting on the telephone. You don't have to leave the comfort of your home, your easy chair, or your bed. You pick up the phone and you can dial, and then you have an access code, and you'll hear us talking. Now, you can Google Hood Research. The website comes up, Facebook and Twitter. We ask that you follow us on Twitter. But the instruction to get to the conference call, if you are on computer or your what is it, note, your tablet,
Or your cell phone.
on there, right. And the telephone number that you call is 1-978 area code 990-5000. That's 1-978-990-5000. When it answers, it may ring maybe one time, 1.5 times. You put in the access code. You want to access the meeting that we're having. And the access code is 338-729. 338-729. And you'll hear us talking. We have speakers who come on, and we have dialogue with those who are on the phone. We had some candidates who called in as well, and they called in before the primary. And those who were on the conference call got a chance to talk to them and ask them the questions of their choice. We don't tell folk who to, what to ask and all of that.
Right.
And they had an opportunity to call in. Anybody who was running who wanted to called in. And as I say, those who were on the line asked their own questions, and that helped them to determine who they wanted to vote for.
So is that every Saturday?
Yep,
Okay.
every Saturday.
What time again?
2 p.m. We're on actually from 2 p.m. to 6.
Really? Okay.
The only difference between the conference party that we have and the meetings that we had a raffle and an auction. And
Correct.
folks
Every month.
Yeah, people look forward to that. And we're thinking of
And
an
listen, to
idea.
tequila, the Patron, what they call it, is tequila.
Yeah,
Oh,
They
it's
say.
tequila.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. See,
I know.
people have to have pen and paper handy when you watch
Right.
this show, because there's information for you to write down.
I don't know.
Did
if
you
we need
find
to
your
know
form
that.
yet? Huh?
I don't know if we really needed to know about that.
That's an expensive drink. And for people
Yeah.
Okay.
empty bottles,
Oh man.
time trash in the city of Detroit.
Yeah,
Right.
we gotta do something about that now.
And
Yes.
it was a lot of water bottles and people that drink out of the cup.
And
with
then they'll be
straws
thinking the
and
citizens
straws.
of Detroit is the one who's leaving all of that stuff down there.
Yeah.
That's how they got us one time with Belle Isle. The people were coming out there and leaving their furniture, and then then they go out there and say, "Look what the mess is," out
and
here.
Detroiters didn't
And it
do
was
that.
not Detroiters. They
That's
were.
I remember.
Yes, I've never forgotten that.
Right,
They
once-
throw they bottle cans.
Particular, right, for the
I think it was the boat show.
boat
Yes.
race. And somebody I guess drove on the island in a trailer, house trailer or something, took their couch out, and when the competition and all was over, they left it there.
Right. With all of their trash.
Well, the
And
other-
how they knew who they were, because some of the information was left with their addresses and things like that on there.
So they bold about it.
Oh yes, oh yes. Well, other thing is, On a daily basis, they were trying to put out the propaganda on Detroiters about the island being trashed. But the
Correct.
island was cleaned up at about, what, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
And it was always clean when the people who run track or just jog for
Right.
their health would come out there, and some were complaining. But it was not Detroiters that were
No,
doing that.
but Detroiters didn't do that. And right now, the bathrooms are still closed on Belle Isle. They have porta johns, and they've been closed. How long has the state had Belle Isle? Now, I think it's about 5 years. The bathrooms are still closed, and
we have been,
the porta
some of
johns
my,
have never
some
been
of my-
removed. As a matter of fact, from Belle
Some
Isle.
of my dance classes, we've been going out there to Shed 8 and having a reunion, and those bathrooms were open. So I don't know when they opened them, but the one at Shed 8, we went there twice and had a little reunion.
What day?
A month ago.
What day?
On a Wednesday, we went out there
On a
and had a little
Wednesday,
reunion
okay.
at Shed 8, and those bathrooms were open. So, like I'm
Okay.
saying, that was
So
about
they're
a
wondering,
month ago.
is it on the weekend that they make a difference?
Wednesday? I don't know.
No, you
But
were
they
there on a
probably
Wednesday.
finally
I
opened
was
them
asking.
up.
And so the bathrooms were open then?
Yeah, she said on a Wednesday.
On a
she has a
Wednesday.
dance class to go.
Okay.
Okay. Did you
Oh, yeah, I
did
got
you
my
find the
poem.
poem?
Yeah, I got.
Oh, okay, we're ready. We are ready.
Okay, I think this was by somebody named Chris Hedges that lady read to us on your conference, and so I just called it "We Now Live in a Nation." We now live in a nation where doctors destroy health, lawyers destroy justice, university destroys knowledge, governments destroy freedom, the press destroys information, religion destroys morals, and our banks destroy the economy. Okay, and let's see. This is one I read on Sam's show that he liked. The real threat. The real threat is the forces, your oppressors. Keep the masses' minds blind to what justice is and looks like time after time. Take back your minds. Know when you're being treated like sheep for the slaughter and trained to run praying to a false altar. Know what's being designed to keep black lives walking dead, divided, and conquered. Got many volunteering their own slaughters. The psychological warfare runs deep. That's why many are easily turned into ignorant, meek sheep. Thanks for taking my call. Wake up, y'all.
You're welcome. Wow, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, that's by Flat Soul.
All right. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Now, we enjoy having our conference calls on every Saturday.
Yes.
And as I say, there are different people who will come on and share information like she just did.
Yes.
And we had an attorney from Atlanta. He specializes in election law. And he came on and he talked with us about elections and the various
Right.
things as he sees, that are going on and what's going on in Georgia. Now, in the state next to him in Florida, I am waiting to hear about the results for the returning citizens. Here in the state of Michigan, in case folk did not know, once a person has completed the sentence,
Correct.
they have the right to vote.
That is
That's
correct.
not every state, but in the state of Michigan, you have the right to vote. So I want to share that, and you pass it on to whoever, wherever
And
you
listen,
can.
Theo, you also have the right to vote while you're in jail awaiting to be sentenced or awaiting to go on trial. You can vote
That's
before
correct.
you've been sentenced.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. We have to take a station identification break right here at WHBR, WHBS. But don't go away, because we will be back momentarily. Call others. Wake them up. Tell them turn on the TV. Be back shortly. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broughton from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton, president of Barton McFarland Neighborhood Association. Someone asked me, what is a census? A census is a project put on by the federal government to determine the number of people living in any particular municipality. You count, we count, and it's time for us to be counted so that we can receive the allocation of federal tax dollars that we have sent to Washington, D.C. over the past 10 years. Those tax dollars are to be used for education, for health, and perhaps there will be some money even for us to fix the damn roads. If you have not found your mailer, please know that you can call the Federal Census Bureau at 1-844-330-2020. Again, that's 1-844-330-2020 for all of the help you will need. Peace.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
How you see the world is everything.
Oh my God, girl, you take all day.
Oh, hi. How you doing, Luna? The people you trust.
Stay safe. Go.
Your community.
You rolling with the pain today.
I'm gonna show you how it's done, Pain. In the best and the worst times. Ma'am, stop! Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. I see myself in the people I serve. Hi.
Officer Luna, Officer Luna.
Sweet. Girl, you know you can do my job, right?
.7.3 FM, WVIE.
How would you like for this to be you? Well, it could be. If you have the desire to be an independent radio personality, paying yourself, this is your chance. WVIE 107.3 FM and WHPR 88.1 FM are looking for people with outgoing personalities who can attract sponsors. Launch your career on a radio station with the latest technology in broadcasting. WVIE 107.3 and WHPR 88.1. If you're into talk, R&B, oldies, jazz, gospel, or soca, Radio We Can See is where you need to be.
88.1 FM, WHPR.
Have your own radio show. Block time is available. Call 313-868-6612. Radio We Can See, broadcasting live in the Virgin Islands and Detroit. Find us on Comcast Channel 90 and worldwide on Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, and all of your favorite platforms.
The census doesn't matter. I don't see the impact.
Actually, Michigan gets $3,000 per person per year for 10 years to help fund schools, community food assistance, Medicaid, and more.
All right, I'll do it.
I'm kind of worried about my privacy.
The census is for everyone, but your data is not. Your answers to 9 basic questions will not be shared.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Cool. Be counted today. Visit my2020census.gov.
We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us. You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Impinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. And we are back. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. And I have someone on the line. Hello, happy Monday.
Okay, this was last song. Y'all dropped me. My call dropped.
Oh, the phone dropped. Okay.
So,
wow.
that was Lori Parks I had.
And what?
I said that was Lori Parks, your guest.
Yes, from National Action Network. They're going to Washington, D.C., and at noon on Wednesday, the 27th, they're going to meet up at the historical the church.
Thursday the 27th. Thursday the 27th.
Thursday the 27th?
Thursday the 27th. Then they coming back on the 29th.
No. They're going to meet on the 27th at high noon, and they're leaving by within the hour, going to Washington, D.C. They're staying overnight, and the 28th is the March on Washington, D.C. reenactment of what Dr. Martin Luther King did. And so the reenactment is the 28th. Mm-hmm. And the 20 and right after the march is over, they will be coming back to Detroit.
Okay, yeah, they get back on the 29th at 1 in the morning. Okay.
Well, I suppose.
All right. Yeah. Yep.
Well, yeah, it is a drive, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But
the
just
price is
remember,
right.
for anyone who's interested, they are meeting up at noon at the church at 6100 14th Street.
14th Street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. And the price is right because it pays for lodging, too.
Right. It includes the lodging, right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, we've got the last 30 minutes, and I got another call on the line.
Oh, okay.
You want to be on hold?
No, I'm going to go to my dance class. I
Okay.
just want to holler at Lori, but she had to go to work.
Okay. Right.
All right.
Lori Parks had to leave us and go to work. Mm-hmm. Hello.
Well,
You
good
on with?
morning, Miss Theo Broden, Hood Research. Keith
Hey.
Family Productions here.
All right. Hi, Keith.
Is it okay? Do I got to take it off speakerphone? Am I coming out?
Well, you're clear so far. You sound wonderful.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to call in and read this evaluation report,
Mm-hmm.
at least part of it, from the Office of the Special Inspector General.
From the Office of the Inspector General. Okay.
Special Inspector General for the Trouble Asset Relief Program, TARP.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy's office is in Washington, D.C., by the way. It's not
Oh, okay.
location.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, where would I start at here first? I mean, it's like 50 pages, so I kind of highlighted a few things.
Yeah, well, you can summarize.
Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I think they had the Army Corps engineer find from recent soldiers as well as contractor violations indicate that some level of risk remains in the Black Elimination Program, which means some of the...
Okay. Well, Keith, you're starting to go in and out. I don't know why. You were doing fine a minute ago.
Oh, no, easy.
Did you do
I'll
something?
take it off speaker and see. Does that make
Did
it
you do
better?
something different? Okay.
No, I'm in the same place.
Huh. Okay. Is
I
it
haven't
off
moved.
speaker now?
I'm off. Yeah, I'm off speaker.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, summarize it for us because we're going off at 10:30. But go ahead.
Okay, yeah. That, and then let me skip over a page here to SIGTARP found construction debris buried in hardest hit demolition sites in Indiana. Now, this is something interesting to Detroit because the investigation resulted in a Department of Justice resolution of False Claims Act violation against the contractor who dumped the construction debris in the demolition hole and billed it as if the contractor had filled the hole with clean dirt.
And he didn't.
Right, he didn't. And let's see, let me skip over here, kind of like on the same thing. Let's see, the city's backfill platform is catching violations. The city's environmental and consultant denied the transactions. But let me go back here. A city official told SIGTARP that between January and February 2019, the backfill platform denied 71 backfill transactions from one contractor. That's just one contractor that was going to try to put the wrong dirt in.
Wow.
And 19 of these were from the hardest hit fund properties, which, of course, you know, that's this money that Mr. Duggan is trying to get, you know, for the demolition thing. And let's see, which resulted in stop work orders and corrective action plans requiring the contractor to excavate the backfill and conduct soil testing.
So now, are you saying that others who have experienced this, where poor dirt was put into a landfill, like next to their home, where a house has been torn down, right? Now, what should they do? What is the remedy? Is there some place they can call or someone they can call? What should they do?
What I like about this report is where they brought up about the False Claims Act violation in Indiana.
Right.
And I looked it up, and let's say here, it's actually Title 31 U.S.C. Section 3729 to 3733. So in other words, they committed a federal violation in Detroit. And let's see, the False Claim Act provided that any person who knowingly submitted false claims to the government was liable for double the government's damages plus a penalty of $2,000 for each false claim. The False Claims Act has been amended several times, and now that provides that violators are liable for treble damages plus a penalty that is linked.
Now, where do they file for that? If they feel that they have been violated, wronged, etc., and that they should be able to have a claim, put a claim in, where did they go to do that?
I'm going to guess this is going to be in civil court because it says here in the next paragraph, in addition to allowing the United States to pursue perpetrators of fraud on its own, the False Claims Act allows private citizens to file suits on behalf of the government against those who have defrauded the government. And it says private citizens who successfully bring actions may receive a portion of the government's recovery. Many fraud section investigations and lawsuits arise from such actions. And let's see here. Department of Justice obtained more than $3 billion in settlements and judgments from civil cases in the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2019.
Yeah, last year. Well, so what I'm hearing you say is that an individual who has experienced that needs to hire a lawyer.
Yeah, lawyer, because I think there is definitely open grounds in Detroit
Right.
for some settlement and all this, because you have a lot of people living next door to these locations that were demolished as far back, like in my case, 2014.
Right.
And because of the type of soil that they put in there, still nothing will grow, and we got the water runoff. Matter of fact, on that water runoff, let me read this part. An outdated and inadequate demolition practice involves filling the site with the demolition debris itself and or using low-quality soil sources of backfill. Soil may, I should have my glasses on, not be free of contaminants or may have high clay contents that inhibit the infiltration of storm water, which means instead of soaking in, it's running off.
Right, right.
And some backfills may contain rocks, broken concrete, or other deleterious material that leave sites in a poor condition for future use.
Right.
Yes, its current demolition practices may leave an unfortunate legacy of land contaminations when house debris is used as fuel material as part of the current demolition process.
Well, you know, that sounds like two lawsuits. A person should be able to sue the city as well as suing the construction company for doing that. And in the meantime, the bill or proposal that's going to be on the ballot November the 3rd, you should receive what kind of vote?
0 vote, because that last paragraph that I just read, where it says, let's see, current demolition practices leave an unfortunate legacy of land contamination. And the sentence before that was where some backfills, let me skip down, that leave sites in a poor condition for future use. So in other words, tearing that house down isn't making the city better.
Right. Well, the other issue that I have with the proposal is the formula that is used that has driven the price of demolition of each parcel is just ridiculous. They went, say last year they could demolish a house for $7,000. Now all of a sudden it's $25,000. Well, the formula that's being used now, my understanding, is it is the length times the width times the height. And the length and the width was the previous formula. So they have added another dimension to this to add more money to the contract. And that's not fair to the taxpayers. That's my reason for not being supportive of that proposal that's going to be on the ballot in November, on the 3rd of November to be exact, and on your ballot if you're getting an absentee ballot sent to you. And I actually suggest that you start now finding out whether or not you're going to receive your ballot, because when we have absentee ballots, they are mailed out 45 days in advance. And you want to know if you're going to get one. It should not take it more than a week to get to you. Shouldn't take that. But you want to be on the lookout for your ballot so that you can take your time and sit and look up information on various candidates to see who you are interested in supporting. So that is what I wanted to share with that. Is there anything else other than that?
Well, that's kind of like the main thing that this is 50-something pages. I'm just hitting a little bit here and a little bit there. But if you think about it, those contractors knowingly did improper work, billed the city, which would fall into that False Claims Act. You know,
That's
like in my
right.
case, even they didn't even properly fill the hole in. That's why I got a sinkhole out there now, because they didn't cap off the main drain line running out to the sewer. So our
Right.
sewer is going to be full of dirt in a little while.
Jeez. What about the formula? Is that in the 50 pages that you have?
That formula that you referred to, no, that's not in here.
Okay.
But I'm quite sure if you had the right law firm with the right accountants and things, they could probably put together some type of what do you call it? A pattern of improper assessing for for the cost of a project, because it couldn't just jump up under what's our boy named Michael downtown there, Michael Duggan. The cost couldn't just jump up because he's the mayor. It had to jump up for some legitimate reasons, considering we're getting less quality of work for paying more money out, because you figure all those millions of dollars and all those homes he's bragging about knocking down, a lot of them have issues. All those lots now, the majority of them have issues.
Right. Well,
and the one company that did mine over here, and I'm glad, matter of fact, let me throw this part in too. This was part of a thing that was put together by Brenda Lawrence and Rashida Tlaib. They played a big role in putting this together. That's the 13th and the 14th district.
Oh, that's good.
Trying to bring some light to what's going on here in Detroit when it comes to this demolition project.
So, do you think that if there are others tuned in who agree with you that they should call either Congressmember Rashida Tlaib or Congressmember Brenda Lawrence and file a complaint?
I would say that, yes.
Okay.
Because this could turn into a big class action lawsuit, because they violated, you name it, every safety code, like OSHA, they violated the EPA, I can just go on, and it was allowed to happen. And see, that's where this whole False Claims Act kicks in, and the question is it part of a conspiracy? Because it takes just two or more people to fall under the title of conspiracy. So was this a conspiracy to defraud the citizens of Detroit?
Well, my area is still that formula, because any time you change the formula to increase the cost of your work, when the same work was done a year before with better quality, I might add, then this is definitely a lawsuit looming, I think.
And supposedly, too, listed here, let's see, the Michigan's Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy, I guess now they call themselves EGLE, has recently entered into a consent judgment with the City of Detroit, Detroit Building Authority, Detroit Land Bank, based on the multiple violation letters that were issued over the past 5 years. The consent judgment addresses past violations and requires better contractor oversight by the city. So, you know how those consent decrees go. They go until the problem is solved. So I don't know exactly how long this is going to be intact, but it just says recently.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, people definitely need yeah, and it's for their benefit. So I'm suggesting that people call Congress members Rashida Tlaib and Brenda Lawrence, and share the fact that you have contaminated land next to you, and you don't know what that contamination would do to you and or your family members, and of course other neighbors who are around this same thing. And the residents in Southwest Detroit always have problems.
Issues, because if they did use the high clay content, you have the water runoff that's running under your foundation of your home, which could result in some serious issues in the future. You know, that's in and above just the contamination part.
Right, and that was
the key thing here is I believe it's going to be the False Claims Act.
False Claims Act. Okay.
You know, it's Title 31 USC Section 379 or 3729 through 3733.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's the False Claims Act. That's something that we gotta
okay.
look into.
And I know we're getting down on time, and I want to say that when you were on the call Saturday, and you were sharing some good information on the call, and to let those of you who may have just tuned in know that because of the lockdown in the state of Michigan as it relates to meetings and large gatherings, etc., Hood Research has started a telephone conference. That's each Saturday. We start at 2 p.m. and we go until 6. We want you to know that you can Google Hood Research. There are instructions for you to use your computer, your tablet, and join us. In the meantime, you use your telephone. You don't have to leave the comfort of your home or your easy chair or your bed. You can dial 1-978-990-5000. That's the telephone number. Saturday at 2 p.m. Every Saturday, 2 p.m. That's the number that you dial. And when it answers, the access code is 338729. The access code is 338729. And then you press pound, the little tic-tac-toe sign on your phone. It's called a pound key. Some people call it hashtag. Whatever you call it, press it. And you will hear us talking. You can join the conversation. Bring information if you want to share. Maybe you have discovered that monk fruit is good, has a sweetener. And you say, what? Yes. In the category of health food, there's something called monk fruit. You can call a health food store and ask them if they have some. It's a granulated substance that is better and better for you than the little stuff in the pink packet or little stuff in the blue packet. That's all chemical. You can ask your doctor. Well, your doctor may not know about it. You can go on the internet and look up a monk fruit. And you can try it out. It doesn't take much to sweeten your tea or your cereal if you're eating oatmeal or whatever food item you want to add sugar to. You can add monk fruit. It has no calories. And for anyone who is diabetic, it's good for you. I hear a voice in the background.
5 minutes still.
And he says 5 minutes. That's the same voice of the person who said, have pen and paper handy. I have 5 minutes. Can we break so you can come in?
Our engineer has to determine that.
Okay, our engineer. We have 5 minutes. I was just asking if my co-host could slide into this chair right here.
Yeah, slide in for Beatty. Go ahead.
Slide in. Hark, I bring you tidings of great joy.
Does he have his pen and pencil handy with him?
That's right. Oh. He has it just not here. Oh, well, happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday, Theo.
You got some good news?
Well, my car's in the shop, so I know that I'll be doing a lot better once it's out of the shop.
Well, you could say happy Monday to your viewers. I'm sure they missed you. Okay,
Sister Jackie, Sister Ruth, Brother Fred, Brother Shane, Brother Hackett. Also, it's kind of late for me to ask you to have pen and paper handy or ask you to have your friends, neighbors, acquaintances, former co-workers, etc. But one thing I do want to emphasize quickly is that go to mycensus2020.gov because your current president, not my president, but your president, has said that he would stop the field associates going out gathering information a month ahead of time. Now, we don't know if that's going to stick, but we just can't afford to not do it. And we know he may do anything because he's trying to keep down the number of people who may be representatives for your particular communities, for the national office representative. So please take this seriously, just like the election coming in November. We have the time for sure, so we cannot, and even if we don't, we make the time. We can make the time for a lot of other things. Let's make time for things that are truly serious and important.
That's right. And this census, the number of people who are accounted for make the difference in the amount of money. Our tax dollars, not somebody else's money, our tax dollars are paid over a 10-year period. And it makes a difference in the amount of money that gets sent back to Detroit. It provides for education, and we may even get the roads fixed, It provides for the Medicare, and there are just so many things. I'm so glad that you are reminding people to do that, and they can remind others. And just ask your family, friends, coworkers if they filled out the census form.
It's $30 billion for the state of Michigan. We live in the state of Michigan. We could use those $30 billion.
Absolutely. And if you can't find the mailer that was sent to you, then you can call. You can go online if you have access to a computer. If not, that telephone comes in handy again.
Wrap it up.
Okay. 1-844-330-2020. That's what you call it. 1-844-330-2020.
Or my2020census.com.
All right. Now we're down to the end of the show. I want you to know I appreciated you being in this morning and tuning in and sharing your information. I want you to consider joining Hood Research. It's only $20 a year to be a member. That's Hood Research. Telephone number is area code 248-234-2371. Again, area code 248-234-2371. Join us and bring more quality to Hood Research and to our community. And I want to tell you, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need. And we at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to help us all make better informed decisions. Davida.
And as I always say, if you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished.
All right. Tune in again next week. Peace. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Thabiti Mpinga from the Feedback Program. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.